Yeah, the Chappelle thing. I hate that he didn't get on there. That would have been, but like I told you when we were speaking through the Facebook, I could watch stuff on that for days. You know, I would love to see every bit of footage y'all have because it's just interesting. Even after a comedy show when I'm hanging out with comics. I love talking comedy. If I'm road tripping with comics, the whole way there we're talking comedy, or we're talking about some hot chick we saw on the side of the road, or
that's part of it.
That's part of it. But
hey, what about did you go to or have you heard of the Laugh Your Asheville Comedy Festival?
Yeah, that's by Eric. Well, I shouldn't say Eric Yoder, but he helps out, and Charlie Garrentser and. But I wasn't a part of it this year. I had some friends that were in it this year.
But apparently, it's like spring break for comedians.
Yeah, it's an awesome thing.
And the Mountain Express is the newspaper there in Asheville, and they gave us 5 out of 5 stars or something. And I thought, what an oxymoron, Mountain Express. Is anything really moving that quickly in Asheville, North Carolina?
Have you ever been there?
I have. I played. Well, fuck you, man. Fuck you. I played when you were in grade school. I went to 500 or 600 cities across America. I played the Holiday Inn at Boone, North Carolina.
Oh wow!
I played some civic center in Asheville. I went to Charlie Goodnight's in Raleigh. I played Spartansburg. Is that South Carolina or North Carolina?
I think there's one in both, but I think Spartan
played them both. Man, I played a club. They wanted to do an afternoon show in Spartansburg, and it used to be a strip club, so it was a runway stage, and the spotlight was right in your eyes, and sunlight streaming through the door in the back.
Oh,
and there's about 50 drunks. And the waitress is this beautiful young woman that's hobbling, serving the drinks. And this is terrible. So
a hell gig, yeah.
I say to her, "Why are you limping?" And she just shakes her head, and the audience is like, because everybody knows everybody in Spartansburg. And I go, "Come on, why? What happened? How'd you hurt yourself?" And I can see that she's kind of got a cast. And she looks up and says, and the set's going good, and she looks up and says, it's a prosthetic leg. I lost my knee to cancer. And there was silence.
Yeah.
And I was in a hole that I never got out of. No matter what I said, nothing was funny.
Yeah,
cancer, where you amputate your leg, that's not the audience work you want to be doing. So I will always remember Spartansburg for that 5 p.m. show.
Speaking of people with fake legs, there was a comic I knew, and I known the guy for like 2 years. He was an older guy, and he got on stage one night at a club in Greensboro called the Idiot Box, and he's on stage, and the guy in the sound booth says, "Hey, you seem to be limping. What's wrong with your leg?" And he says, "Oh, I don't know. I didn't know this." But the guy sits on the stool, the comic, and then pulls his leg off. He had a prosthetic. Oh, I couldn't talk to him after the set. I was like, "Oh, I don't even feel like I know you anymore." And I just had to walk out. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's rude of me. But
did he get a laugh when he pulled off his leg?
No, I think everybody in the room had the same reaction I did of like, "How dare you?" Like
that's a cringe comic.
That's a cringe comic.
He was a granddaddy cringe comic.
Yeah, he was, man. But yeah, you can't dig yourself out of a hole if they start talking about death or cancer like that, man. I feel for you there.
Well, one time I got out of it. There was the comedy Works in Denver, I think it was called. Great club. The club was laid out so everybody had a great view of the stage, and I was the middle act, the feature act. I wasn't the headliner. The MC warms up the crowd, and I noticed during the MC set that the guy in the front row had these big, like Blues Brothers sunglasses on, and he was laughing. And he whispered to his friend. His friend would whisper to him, and they would just, ha ha. I go up and I do a couple of bits, and then I turn to the guy and go, you're having a good time. What are you really? He fucked up. He got sunglasses on. What's the deal? He leans over and he takes his sunglasses down like that, and his partner goes, he's blind. And the audience is like, ooh, you made fun of the blind guy. And apparently the audience had seen him walk in, and you can always tell when someone's blind, because you're on someone's arm and you're finding your seat. So I just said to the back of the room, to the manager over the mic, who's the idiot that set the blind guy up front? I mean, couldn't you put him in the back near a speaker and tell him he's in the front row? How the fuck's he going to know? And the audience, of course, responded with jubilation. Yeah. And I killed. Have you ever had a comic tell you they bombed? Rarely.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you if I bomb or not.
Well, you're honest.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Set.
Yeah, because I think you need those sets. Those are the only sets you learn anything from. If you're up there killing, which I will say this, sometimes if you are up there killing, and in your head, if you left out a part of a joke, that one thing that you left out or whatever, you're thinking, or at least in my case, I'm thinking about that more than any laugh that I got that whole time. It's that one fuck up that I done.
Interesting.
And, but yeah, when I bomb, I'll tell, because that's where you learn from it, is doing terrible.